Okay, we're playing AP Udyr this game. Yeah, I play AP Udyr. I stumbled upon this build when I watched the stream, and I found it quite interesting. It kind of plays like Singed. Yeah, that's probably the best comparison. As anybody knows, that Udyr is very hard to catch. You just bear turtle, and yeah, you can get out of many situations, just like Singed. And your wave clear when playing AP Udyr is pretty solid, I'd say. Your Phoenix does a lot of AoE damage, not only the proc, but the Sunfire-esque thing does a lot of damage. And yeah, you just split push all day and yeah, force your opponent out of lane. Yeah, the core build is Rod of Ages for AP, mana, and health. It's yeah, pretty much the item to get on AP top lane Udyr, because yeah, mana, you're spamming stances and it consumes a lot of mana, so yeah, you kind of make good use of it. And health makes you tanky, and the AP it scales with your Phoenix damage on both sides, the proc and the pulsing waves of fire thing. And the other scaling thing is your shield on turtle, which is what comes in quite handy, I'd say, because well, you're relying on DPS. Just your Phoenix does AP damage and scales with AP damage wise, and yeah, so making you a bit tankier through AP because of the shield is quite nice. Yeah, then let's get it started. I got matched against a Lee Sin, which is quite a good matchup. He's very mobile, but your bear stance does help a lot against that. And yeah, if he doesn't max his Tempest, his E, where he slams the ground, then he can't keep up with my wave clear. So yeah, if he does so, his dueling against me is pretty much dead. I can shove him around anyway. So I'd say a very good matchup for Udyr. You can see I don't have the biggest kill potential on him. I just push the wave, and eventually he will lose some minions in the tower. And if I manage to last hit all the creeps of each wave, as I most of the time do, I'd say on average I get 4 or 5 creeps per wave, and to get 4 or 5 creeps per wave under the tower is pretty well. It isn't hard, but it's I'd say it's harder to get them when they're on the lane than on the tower. And as you might see a bit later on, this Lee Sin isn't the best at last season. He keeps up with me by now, but yeah, I managed to get a lead on him by just pushing, and yeah. Evelyn tries to gank me there, and although I had no vision on her, as you see, I just placed my pink board now. It was pretty obvious because of the moves Lee Sin made. He got pretty aggressive, and throughout the whole game, he never came on. He never ran towards me, and yeah, that pretty much told me, oh, there must be something that I might not know, like Evelyn coming or something. And yeah, once again Evelyn tries to gank me. She even burns her ult, but I just run away with Ghost. So yeah. Now I just push the wave again. As you can see, I already have a catalyst, which is pretty good because the sustain it grants me, keeps me alive. Especially when pushing the wave, you tend to get levels faster than your opponent, and utilizing your catalyst that way is a very good way of sustaining yourself, combined with the turtle lifesteal thing. Yeah. I begin to proxy the wave because said, yeah, nice joke there. He was coming, and we tried to bait Lee Sin into the brush. Doesn't fall for it, but I proxy the wave anyway. And yeah, there we get the kill on Lee Sin. Unfortunately, Ahri went for a roam, and we aggress on Evelyn. I mess up my tiger auto hit there, and hit the tower. Managed to survive and kill Evelyn. Yeah, but Ahri just had another dash of her ultimate and kills me. Well, overall I'd say it was pretty worth it for my lane, because Lee Sin lost all those assists and experience, and Annie kept pushing the lane for me, so he lost some creeps too. As you can see, I'm not right now. I'm ahead in creeps, and this difference in creeps will get bigger as the game goes on. Just because I'm always running to the wave, clearing it as fast as possible. Yeah. Some might say it's a pretty boring way of playing top lane. I can agree in a way, but well, I'm having fun clearing the wave all day and being a nuisance. Yeah. Also, the split pushing opens up objectives for your team, because as you saw before, Evelyn was constantly coming to top lane, and especially when playing 5-on-5 pre-mate with your friends, it's certainly a thing to think about playing AP top Udyr, because when pre-mate, you can tell your team, guys, I'm pushing the wave up and I'm trying to keep him under the tower, and eventually the enemy jungler will come and trying to gank you, which opens up dragons and yeah, towers for your team, dives. Yeah, and if you manage to get away, that's even better. Yeah, you can see Lee Sin just gave up trying to counter push. And I'm just once again pushing up to the tower. I'm ahead 30 creeps by now. Yeah, that was pretty ballsy. They managed to kill me, and my team doesn't get anything about it out of it, because Zed was in the base, and yeah. Well then, the next item I'm usually building when playing AP Udyr is Nacious Tooth. You're relying on Phoenix Dance to deal damage for you, and as you might know, if you're not constantly activating it, it deals damage every 4th auto attack. So building attack speed significantly increases your damage, and as you're building AP, the new Nature's Tooth also grants you some bonus damage on hit. And yeah, I'm simply pushing the wave over and over to the tower. And thanks to Tiger Stance, you're even better at taking down towers than Singed is, because Singed just runs past the tower and relies on creep damage to kill the tower, and you have enough attack speed and base AD to kill the tower pretty fast, especially when obtaining an item like Stinger or a Nature's Tooth. Yeah, my team is doing fine so far. Zed's not to say fat, but he has some kills under his belt, and Dany does fine too. Yeah. On the other side, the Lee Sin got some kills with roaming, and yeah, I kill Evelyn there and go balls deep because I figured I might get out, but I have very high damage, and that was the thing that I really raged about, because I would have killed Lee Sin too with the last stun bear stance thing, but he leveled up from the kill or the assist on me, so he could tank another tower shot and survive that thing. Well, nonetheless, I got 2 kills down there, and I'm starting to get rather tanky, and my wave clear is better than ever. I messed up some assets there, just I don't know why. Yeah, and there goes the split pushing. I tend to after Nature's Tooth, which will be completed in some minutes, I tend to build resistance items. I really like Abyssal Scepter because it is one of the bigger MR items that also increases my damage, which I really like, and the aura factor of it, that I have to be nearby my targets, is, yeah, I'm melee, so I'm always near my target, I'd say. Yeah, Randuin's is another pickup I like on Udyr because of the slows, which makes it even harder to chase you, and yeah, in team fights you can also make good use of it. Yeah, and as you can see now, this is the strength of AP Udyr, much like Singed. You can get out of sticky situations pretty easily, and yeah. I shouldn't have went in there, I think. I mean, well, I survive anyway, but it kind of baited Sonar into staying and wasting him. Oh, she doesn't die. Okay. I remember she did die there, but maybe that was another situation. Yeah, knowing my damage, I'm just ghost and go in there. The thing is, my damage is not as high as Lee Sin's, but I'm way tankier than he is. Yeah, just got 2 kills there, and then I go back to clearing my wave and my lane, and yeah. Yeah, I've most farm in the game, tried with Annie, just surpassed her. Yeah, and here we go again, and they try to chase me and just can't get near me. Lee Sin misses his Q, sidestep it to the left side. And once again I dodge his Q with my bear stance. And here I'm fighting him, because I know his health matches my health bar, because I have more HP. And my shields and DPS through the pulsing fire waves and the proc should out-damage him quite easily. And on top of that, I already got my Nacious Tooth and Sorc Shoes, so my damage is pretty high, I'd say. Yeah, the item choices on AP Udyr are not like the most not like an AP carry, Rebellions and stuff. Offensive wise, I'd say Leandries and Lichbane are the only pure offense items I'd recommend getting with Udyr. And Abyssal Scepter for me is a defensive item for the magic resistance it grants, and yeah, I liked getting Randuin's, Sunfire Cape. I don't really like Sonya's, although I can see it working, but Udyr isn't about getting in one rotation, Sonya's in second rotation, but about DPS, and if you're dying after the Sonya's anyway, so maybe you're better off getting a full-on defensive item instead, like Randuin's or GA. Yeah, Spirit Visage, of course, after the patch, it's a really strong item. You've built in lifesteal on your turtle stance, so and the cooldown reduction also is a very nice pickup for Udyr. Yeah, back to the game. We're still roaming team fighting stuff. I'm always trying to keep my lane pushed and going back to my team. Here I get into the fight, ran out and run in again, and we managed to ace them. And he got off a really nice ultimate, plus I don't know, that flame spitter AoE thing. Yeah, we push down the tower. I think, yeah, it goes down really fast. Thanks to me and Tibbers. Yeah, as you can see, I'm really good at taking down towers, although I didn't build any AD. it's just the attack speed from Nature's Tooth plus the attack speed from Tiger Stance. Helps a lot with Udyr's base stats to finish those towers. Okay, the game is coming to an end soon. As you can see, we're ahead 9k gold. I'll post Masteries and Runes in the description below. Yeah, just leave a comment if I didn't say any important things about the build or the way to play it. Well, I sure had fun playing the game. Even though some might... yeah, that was bad. And Annie survives thanks to her Spellvamp. Yeah, I really had fun playing this game, although I was just constantly pushing the top lane and out farming everybody else except Annie. Yeah, as you can see, Randuin's and Abyssal are my second items for some health, magic resistance, and the offensive part of Abyssal Scepter is not bad too. Okay, one last team fight, I think, before the game ends. I'm not sure, though. Maybe now? No? I just hate playing Udyr against Dash. It's just so annoying. You can't get near her. Yeah. Well. And it already. One thing to keep in mind when playing Udyr in general is that in team fights, it's most of the time it's better to peel for your AD carry rather than diving. In this case, it's, well, it's pretty, how to say, it doesn't matter because we're ahead and we just dive into them. But you get peeled rather easy, and keeping your AD alive is way easier as Udyr because you have the bear stun and you can just stick between the bruiser and the AD, and every 6 seconds I think you get a stun off, and yeah. Well, thanks for watching and see you dudes out later.